All right, guys. Welcome to Eating in Business with Brad, the part of the show where I eat and we talk about business. Hey, welcome to the Wealth Motivation channel. What's up, Doc? Anyway, I cracked myself up. Anyway, so what I want to talk about in today's video is business ideas. That's right. Business ideas. And what I want to say, and I learned this from my entrepreneurial class, and my professor's name was V.O. Van Orden. And he was honestly the chillest guy I've ever met in my life. Like, he would be so willing to talk to you like none other. Like, I actually got really interested in business my senior year of college. And and prior to that, I tried to tack on a business minor, but I wasn't going to be able to finish it, so I was trying to take as many business classes as I could. And I asked several of my business major friends, I'm like, hey, what would you suggest? And they're like, oh, do this. Go talk to VO. And I'm like, who's VO? And they're like, oh, he's probably the best business professor at the school. And I'm like, oh, sweet. So I went and talked to him. And I was like, hey, are you Van Orden? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Are you busy? He's like, I got a meeting in 15 minutes. I was like, okay, well, I can come back another time. He's like, no, come on in. I got plenty of time. I'm like, are you sure? You got 15 minutes. He's like, I got all the time in the world. I'm like, fair enough. And he's like, so, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, well, I have some business ideas and I have some investment ideas, and I'd like to get invested in real estate and all sorts of other fun stuff. And I heard that you're the man to talk to. And basically what he told me was, yeah, I'm happy to help you with whatever you may need. He's like, whether it's going over numbers, marketing, whatever it takes, I will help you with your business. And I'm like, come again? He's like, yeah. And one of the things I'll suggest, take my entrepreneurial class. He's like, I will go ins and outs of the business with you in that class. I'm like, sweet, let's do it. So I took his entrepreneurial class, and I got to talk to all sorts of entrepreneurs. A guy that started a very successful lock business. Another guy, he had a very successful construction business. What was another guy? Another guy that did sales, which is what I'm doing now. Yeah, there was so many guys. That I got to talk to. And that I got to pick the brains of. That were, like, they were just full-fledged entrepreneurs. Like, one guy, he just graduated high school, he didn't know what he was going to do, so he went into construction, started his own construction business, started building houses, started flipping houses. He made a killing, and he buys houses and he rents them, and I mean, he's created himself an amazing nest egg. And he started up what I really want to do as well, is do storage rentals. And he had built a bunch of those, and that was like a big part of how he was going to retire. And we kind of talked numbers, and I was like, my jaw was on the ground. I was just, okay, that's more money than I thought. So I got in that class, I had my mind broadened on what you could do with business and be an entrepreneur. I thought it was just like, well, I have to create a product, I have to do blah, blah, blah. I have to find somebody to buy the product. It was very stressful. 8th grade was a very stressful year. because we also had another entrepreneur that had invented a bunch of stuff, and it like sold the licensing to like Walmart and several other places. And so, needless to say, he was raking it in. But anyway, what I have to say is start something that you're passionate about. And here at the Wealth Motivation Channel, I want to motivate you guys to go after what you want to do. Not what your parents are telling you to do, not what everyone else is telling you to do. Like, if you honestly don't want to go to school, and many other successful people have told you to do this as well, like Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, many others. Several of these guys didn't go to school. Grant Cardone, he said he wasted time going to college. He said he wasted time. He's just like, that was the biggest waste of time and money I've ever been in my life. And other guys have said the same thing. Dean Grazioni. Who else? I mean, Trump has never really talked about it. But there's just been so many entrepreneurs that are just like, you don't necessarily need school. I mean, is school a benefit? Yeah. But really, all you have to do is find somebody that is doing what you want to do and be like, hey, I want to work for you. I'll work for peanuts, and you're successful at what I want to do. You make a ton of money. I want to know what you're going to do. And some people have done that. Dan Lok, he worked for nothing. And now he's a successful businessman up in Vancouver, Canada. He does segments like Boston, the Bentley, and several others. And there's so many different things that you can do with business and being an entrepreneur. Like, you can do anything from creating a product, pulling it out of thin air and bringing it to life, to, hey, I started my own accounting firm and I've got a net worth now of $100 million. Just stuff like that. Oh, I started my own insurance company. I'm a hedge fund manager. I'm this, I'm that. I have started my own real estate empire. Like, there's so many different things that you can do as an entrepreneur. You can create products. You can invest in products. You can invest in stocks, options, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. There's some you can do long term, short term. There's so many different things. But here's the thing: what makes up most of the wealthy people in the world are investors. Investors. Not tech guys, not businessmen, not hedge fund managers, and so on. It is investors. People who invest in assets. And what are assets? They are things that give you money, not take away. Your iPhone is not necessarily an asset unless it brings you money. Your house is not an asset unless it brings you money. Like, your house, if you're just living in it and paying a mortgage, that's not an asset. If you have somebody in the basement paying your mortgage and paying you a little bit of extra, then it's an asset. So people think like, oh, my car is an asset, this is an asset. Ooh. Unless it's making you money, it's not an asset. And more than likely, like a car, that's depreciating. So those are my thoughts. But, I mean, you can create a product like Coke. You can go create your own beverage. You can go start your own gym, your own coffee stand. You can be a website creator. You can be an outside marketing agency. I mean, there's so many different things. Sorry. I was hungry before I made this video. There's so many different things. You can sell a pen. Sounds ridiculous, but you can sell a pen. For a great selling video, go to Dan Lok on YouTube and type in Dan Lok, sell me this pen. Yeah, it's a great video. You should watch. You can create your own hair gel line. You can create your own hair care products. You can create your own beverage. You can create your own liquor. Like the guy who created Patron. John Paul Mitchell. John Paul. Yeah, so John Paul, he created John Paul Mitchell, multi-billion-dollar company. Then he went and created Patron, another multi-billion-dollar company. So you're not just limited to one thing, like, hey, I have to create a product. It could be investing, it could be creating a new product. It could be creating your own business, such as marketing. It could be accounting. There's so many different things that you could do. Hell, it could be farming, literally growing carrots. Because if you got the right contracts for like Costco, Walmart, that's a lot of money. A lot. If you're creating a copy company and doing copies for large businesses, if you're, I don't know, there's just so many different things that you can do with business. You don't just have to restrict yourself to go get a 4-year degree. And if I feel like doing something else, go into law school, go to med school, go get my master's. Drives me insane. Now, am I regretting the time I spent in college? Hell no. I met people. I created resources. I created people that I can work with in the future. I did so much networking in college, it wasn't even funny. I specifically made friends. Not because they were in that major necessarily, but that was kind of in the back of my mind. I made friends with people in different majors: business, marketing, engineering, accounting, biology. I made friends in every single major because it was A, making great quality friends, B, great networking, and C, it will benefit me in the long run. Like, hey, we need some marketing, we need new banners or website or whatever for our company. Hey, great, I know so-and-so from college, they do a great job. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So stop doing this narrow-minded thinking like school. Because eventually no one's going to be creative. No one's going to think outside the box. And it's just going to be a shit show. Excuse my French. But anyway, so if you want to go on, like, I'm not knocking anyone who wants to be a doctor or a lawyer or, PA, a professor, a wildlife biologist. I'm not knocking any of those people. But if you are just like, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, think outside the box. You don't just have to choose a profession that'll pay you 6 figures. You can create yourself a job opportunity that'll pay you 6 figures. And me, one of the biggest motivators that I have for getting wealthy in the future is helping others. Because like I've said in the previous videos, lots of people have helped me, and I want to pay that forward. I want to help others. I want to help pay people all the way through college, a private high school, whatever it may be. I want to help others. I want to donate to my church. I want to do so many different things. The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Ducks Unlimited, Pheasants Forever, Quality Deer Management. There's so many different organizations that I want to donate to. Like, my goal would be to be able to give away $100 million a year till I'm long gone, and still be giving $100 million when I'm long gone every single year. That's the goal. I want to be able to take my niece and nephew and my future nieces and nephews and give them like whatever they need. Like, per se, they want to go to some super expensive university, like let's just say Harvard, and they can't go. I'll be like, here's a check, but remember, pay it forward. So the overall message that I'd like you to take away from this video is don't be narrow-minded. Broaden your spectrum, broaden your mind. Think outside the box. Think of what else you can do to create wealth and to create diversity in your assets. Because remember, assets pay you, you don't pay them. So keep that in thought. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Had a long day at work. My nephew and niece wore me out as well. So anyway, I challenge you guys, think outside the bun, do what you gotta do, and remember, stay motivated, get wealthy, and pay it forward. Have a good night, guys.